It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Our game tonight featuring the Portland Trailblazers as they go up against the Washington Wizards. Washington has not been playing their best basketball. They lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season. You know,
Huge deals.
You know, but typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in midseason. So you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler, the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, Ernie, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. From Portland, Oregon, happy to have you with us here in the home of the Trailblazers. And, of course, Noah Vonleh. They will definitely miss his contributions.
What the trade means to me, guys, is they think some of their young players are ready to take on more responsibility, and they're going to be more minutes for guys that weren't seeing a whole lot of them before.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Thanks, guys. Well, look, the Trailblazers are a promising young team. They've gone through their growing pains at times, but point guard Damian Lillard says the work ethic gives them optimism. He says when you have a group of guys that puts in time like this, you got to believe. When you see it every day, you know it has to work out at some point. Kevin?
Thanks, David. What a leader Lillard has become for this team. The Blazers' future is certainly bright with him at the helm. Great guards battling it out tonight. Brent, who was the thorn in your side at the guard position back when you were playing?
Two guys for me come to mind, Kevin. One is a guy that's in the Hall of Fame. I think you might remember him. His name is Allen Iverson. And I specifically,
AI, yes, I do recall him.
You heard about that guy. I remember specifically one time where Gary Payton and I, playing in the Seattle backcourt, had prepped for a game where he was going to take AI, I was going to guard Eric Snow, and I was thanking the heavens that that was the case for that night. We got to the game. Gary Payton turned to me at the jump ball and said, "You take AI." That's not fun.
No. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at the Wizards. The deadly duo of Wall and Beal are in the backcourt. Porter and Morris are the forwards. And it's Gortat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now Lillard. Bradley Beal missing from long range. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Wall. Off the screen. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
And Damian Lillard, a prolific three-point shooter, the quick release, Brent, and the confidence to get that shot off at any time.
Well, he stays in attack mode offensively and likes to find seams, Kevin, to get to the rim and create havoc on possessions, but time and time again continues to show off his range and the ability to knock down long-range shots.
Portland on defense. It's a 5-point game. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And you know, when everyone's working together, taking care of their roles.
Lightning.
That was incredible.
And he's got one heck of a burst on his way to the bucket. Wall is at his best when he's driving the lane, going from 0 to 60 in an instant.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
The dish to Morris. Nice ball movement by Washington. Over Davis. Misses off the right iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Well, they can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
For Washington, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. There's a screen by Gortat. Here's Wall. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Wall's got his second bucket of the night. Turner dishes to Lillard. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Gortat with the block, but they recover it. For Washington, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Beal can't get it to go. Trailblazers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And the basket by McCollum.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
A slow start for Washington in this one. Trailing here by 8. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
Well, if I put it on the scale, Greg, the aggressiveness was an 8. The shot selection, a 2. Could have been a lot better.
Connects from three-point range.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Turner with the screen. McCollum passes to Nurkic. Just 5 to shoot. The shot comes out. Gortat with the defensive effort. Wizards trail by 5. Pass to Morris. And Wall kicks to Beal. Lillard against Wall. On the wing, Porter. Off target from three-point range. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And the basket by McCollum.
Well, he's one of the league's more dangerous deep shooters. McCollum hits a high percentage of threes when he's in sync.
Beal dishes to Wall. Over Davis. Gortat trying to break loose. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Trailblazers leading by 8. Dishes it to McCollum. Passes it to Lillard. He dishes it to Davis. McCollum passes to Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Up by double digits already and no sign of let up.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Well, if shooting is a priority, then teams are prioritizing what it is that C.J. McCollum can do to the likes of an offensive system. The guy is remarkable, is smooth, gets anywhere he wants to on the floor, and scores with incredible efficiency. I know we fall in love with the 3-ball, but C.J. McCollum may be the best overall mid-range young scorer that the NBA has to offer.
And Washington has possession. It's a 10-point game. And Wall kicks to Beal. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
Well, he didn't need to add the spice, but I like it spicy.
And McCollum, a master of the pull-up. Brent, big men lay back on him at their peril.
He's got such tremendous handle, Kevin. He can shake guys and just get them off balance. I always feel like C.J. McCollum is playing in second gear, toying with the defense, and once he hits fourth gear, look out.
Free throw good. Beal
And you could argue Bradley Beal was one of the bigger all-star snubs from last season. It's great to see what he can do when finally healthy, and has always been a dangerous scorer when he's at 100%.
Here's Nurkic. Washington with the rebound. All with it. 14 points from him the last game against the Utah Jazz.
Well, I think he was especially impressive on the glass. The defense had no idea what to do with him.
Here's Gortat with the second effort. Can't get the layup.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Lillard kicks to Davis. Screen by Nurkic. The feed now to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Morris with the rebound. And with Beal, and Greg, you brought this up with his health because he hadn't been able really to play a full slate of games in his first 4 years in the NBA.
Yeah, and credit him for dedicating his efforts to improve his health. I mean, was a time when you thought injuries would maybe limit his career, but when he's on the court, he is one of the best we have at that off-guard position, and he's only going to get better.
Throw good, Beal. Hey, this is an interesting point in the season, Brent. You're in the middle of an 82-game schedule. Easy to lose focus. So that being said, how do coaches keep their guys mentally sharp, mentally prepared for each and every night?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Were you asking me something?
I was, Brent, and I'm not going to ask it again.
Oh,
so hopefully you heard some.
I'm kidding. That's one of the things, Kevin, I would say. Be creative with your practice scheduling. Maybe a couple more days off. You know, do something that's outside the norm so guys don't feel like it's the broken record portion of the season. I think some of the best coaches in our league keep it creative and light at this point in the year.
Here's Lillard. He dishes it to Davis, and it's good for 2. Davis has got his second basket of the night.
So much talk about the game slowing down for the game's best players. Lillard composes himself, scans the court, and delivers the strength.
And Porter, here we go. And Davis sends it back. They get it back. From past the arc, that's good from Porter on the assist by Morris. Porter's got his first 3 points of the game.
A tough matchup for the smaller defender there. Just shot right over the top without thinking twice.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Wall. No one near Turner as he lets it go. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
I love the quick decision-making from Turner there. Deadly at seeking the catch-and-shoot jumper.
Wall dishes to Porter. Pass to Beal. Morris with the screen for Beal. Out to the right wing. It's Gortat with the drive. Banked in off the glass.
And that's about as easy as it gets. Not many guys are going to blow wide open layups at the professional level like that.
Davis sets a screen. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Misses from short range.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And that one's good by Porter. Trailblazers leading by 4. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and pointed in the right direction.
Well, when you look at this Washington team, the strength clearly lies in that backcourt. Wall and Beal, arguably the best backcourt in this league. They are the engine that motors this team with their scoring and playmaking.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. There's a good screen. Napier kicks to Harkless. And there's the pass to Collins. To the inside. Here's Swanigan. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Here's Washington backcourt of Wall and Beal. Last season, Greg, they were able to both stay healthy, and Wizards fans finally saw just how potent they both could be.
And remember all those rumors how these two couldn't coexist? Well, they sure liked existing together last season. I mean, they really carried this group when it mattered, and both just explosive players who are not only leaders, but they're terrific two-way players for this franchise.
Trailblazers leading by 4. Down low, here's Collins. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
In the corner, it's Oubre. Now, here's Meeks, guarded closer. Baseline try, and he hits the jump shot. Oubre's got his first bucket of the night.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
And now the fast break. Meeks with the ball. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
The Wizards have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Free throw good, Frazier. And Tim Frazier, undrafted out of Penn State, but as a rookie in the D-League, he won the league's MVP award back in 2015.
Well, he had a sensational year that year, and he's gotten some good looks. Philadelphia and Portland, time in New Orleans, but deserving a shot at the NBA at 6'1". This guy is just a scrapper and plays with tremendous confidence.
They set the pick. Meeks, good. Meeks got his first points in this one.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Swanigan, defended by Scott. Clock at 6. Here's Napier. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Kicks it to Scott. Feeds to Mahinmi. Frazier outside. Trying his luck deep. Good on the triple. Frazier's got 6.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Harkless the pass to Connaughton. Here's the screen. Meeks with the steal. Frazier outside. That shot is off. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. They went to Washington for their last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with a win.
And the last time these teams met, it was a walk in the park, and everybody got in on the act. Their bench was spectacular in that win.
Well, they built up the big lead and then let the second unit get out there and do their work. And you're right, the guys coming in off the bench were spectacular. They put up a ton of points.
Portland trailing here. To the wing on the left. The dish to Napier. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the first, and it's blocked by Scott. Now, here's Meeks. He's covered closely and stolen by Napier. 3-on-3. Lets it go with the 3. Washington with the rebound. Scott's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Out to the right wing. Here's Connaughton. And that misses. That would have put him up. And here we go. Washington fast break. Meeks outside. The shot, no good. Bradley Beal, he's been the guy making things happen for Washington. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And John Wall spoke prior to the game. He talked about the identity of the Wizards team.
Defensively, just being that gritty and grimy team that makes it tough for teams to score in the paint. I think we can be a very great team.
The Wizards not exactly the first team that you think of when it comes to gritty and grimy team defense, but maybe he's really got a point here on how tough the Washington defense can be.
And you don't get there without the defense. I'm especially impressed that Wall has that mindset.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Well, to me, the story of that first period was their rebounding.
Yeah, jumping out to a lead largely because they did the hard work on the glass. So you love the passion in the early part of this game that they're playing with.
They've got Collins. Swanigan is out there with Mo Harkless. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Brent, so many heady players, tough players, eventually become coaches. We've seen it time and again. And what kind of situation would it take, for instance, for you to get involved with that, either on the floor, on the bench, or in the front office?
I'll tell you right now, Kevin, I'm so thankful for my local YMCA because I've coached the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams for the last few years.
Good for
I'm
you.
not getting paid for it, but I think I'm learning more there than I would in the league.
But you enjoy it.
I do enjoy it. And Kevin, I think basketball has been such a big part of my life that at some point I will love the opportunity to be involved with one of the 30 teams in the league in some capacity.
They'd be lucky to get you.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Napier kicks to Harkless. There's the screen. He feeds it to Napier. Shot clock at 6. Swanigan. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect pass, and that's also alliteration.
Frazier outside. Pass to Meeks. Here's Scott. No good with the triple. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Harkless. Here's Connaughton. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Frazier kicks to Oubre. And Harkless pulls it down.
Yeah, those are the kind of shots you like him taking. Even though he missed it, the offense will take those.
Oubre dishes to Frazier. Throws it up high. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That is his first foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Here's Swanigan. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. They set the screen. Here's Napier. The shot misses. Now Washington takes it the other way. Dishes to Oubre over Harkless, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Trailblazers trail by 4. Harkless on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by Mahinmi.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Now here's Frazier. He's got 6. Outside, Scott. 6 to shoot. Back to Meeks. No good from outside. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's McCollum. Drops it in from 11 feet. McCollum's got his 3rd basket of the night.
He really stopped short on that one. The poise, the body control of McCollum, especially evident there when he pulls up.
Washington calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. With this break, we have a chance to break down with the assistant coming from tonight between the front and back court for the Wizards.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
You can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
The Wizards with the lead. Outside, Wall. Morris against Davis to stop the drought. It's good. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lillard, right side. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
This Blazer team has some good continuity and some good chemistry. It's a young roster, and they get along pretty well. They've got 2 studs, obviously, at the guard position, and they keep improving.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, the Portland Trailblazers are developing a great chemistry for a young team. Damian Lillard takes the team to San Diego every September for bonding purposes. And he told me how much we like each other, how much time we spend around each other. That shows you a team that is really together. It is a unit. We have each other's back. Kevin?
And it's critical to establish camaraderie early on. Thank you, D.A. Sounds like Lillard has this team headed in the right direction. Davis sets a screen. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. The shot, no good. Gorjot with the defensive effort. And from team dinners to off-season trips to train together, this Blazers team, Brent, led by Damian Lillard, has made the effort to get to know one another off the floor.
Well, that absolutely helps with the lines of communication, that it's always respectful, and sometimes it can be competitive and heated, but that's all right. Mostly for the young guys, the cool thing about it is that they feel a connection to the guys who've played several years in the league, and that helps them settle into their first year.
Morris, no good on the free throw. Brent, each coach has his strengths and they've got weaknesses, but if you needed someone to drop a play to get you one bucket out of a timeout, who are some of the names you turn to?
I think I'm going to turn to Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, possibly James Harden, because 2 points can happen after a free throw, right, Kev? So
yes.
I could get James Harden to the line, and then one LeBron James. That's not a bad list of guys to turn to if I need 2 points.
Absolutely. And then what coach would you have draw up that play?
If I don't say Pop, my life will cease to exist. I will say Greg Popovich in late game situations does a marvelous job. Not only, Kevin, of getting the ball to the guy that he wants potentially to get the game winner, but to have options and to make sure that that player sees those options in case something breaks down.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Lillard, a screen on Porter. Turner passes to Lillard. He kicks to Davis. Over Morris. That one off the back iron and out. Washington leading now by 8. It's Wall with...
Oh, man.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Brent, when you take a look at the Blazers roster, what's the next move they need to make to take that step up?
Well, they need a third scorer, and if Nurkic happens to be that guy, and that scoring happens to be coming from the block, it can open some things up for their offensive schemes that end up benefiting everybody on the roster.
With a break in the action, let's now bring up the 2K leaderboard and look at the league's top scorers over the past 10 games. Damian Lillard, number 1.
Quite a role he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately.
Screen by Nurkic. Three-pointer, Lillard. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And Beal kicks to Wall. Back to Beal. Passes it to Gortat. Nice ball movement by Washington. Beal can't get it to go.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. He just can't buy a bucket right now.
The offensive rebound. Nurkic. Gortat with the block. Beal against Turner. Beal dishes the Wall. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, easy to appreciate Wall, an all-star caliber talent who just fills up the stat sheet.
I think everyone can now agree that John Wall is one of the better point guards in the NBA.
No doubt. At this point, when you factor in his production, he's got to be in the top 5, if not top 3 guards in the league. One of the better passers we have as well. It's just hard to find guards that can create so easily the way Wall can.
And that one falls for Wall. And so Wall nails both of them. Here's Lillard. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Here's Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Nurkic has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
The CJ, such an effective 2-guard, not just a shooter and a great shooter at that, but a capable passer when his teammates are open.
Beal, the pass to Gortat. Turner against Beal. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. The Wizards have shot 6 of 7 at the line. First free throw is good. We see it so often. A player will languish in one system, then flourish in another. Brent, during your 14-year career, which coach's system fit you the best, you think?
Well, I think my years in Seattle, we opened up the offense a little bit. I had the opportunity to play more of a point off guard. But I also enjoyed the structure of what Greg Popovich's system in San Antonio offered up as well. It's always interesting, Kevin, with players who are languishing on benches for other ball clubs, how general managers start to assess whether that guy can be part of something great if they were to bring him in. I had the opportunity to play for a lot of great coaches and thought that I mixed up my game enough to make it a long career.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And Wall kicks to Beal. On the wing, Porter. Over McCollum. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And last season, Greg, you heard a lot of names brought up for most improved player in the league, and Otto Porter was one of them.
I mean, and I think for Porter, the change came when he just felt more comfortable from deep in terms of shooting. He always had a solid mid-range game, but now he looks comfortable from deep and has become one of the bigger threats we have in the league.
Free throw good. Porter. Trailblazers trail by 12. Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. He dishes it to Davis. Morris against Turner. The feed to Nurkic. Gortat with the block.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
It's Porter outside. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one.
He sunk that 3 in the first, but's yet to make another one.
And it's Washington's ball. They're on a 14-4 run. Nurkic with the block.
Is this basketball or volleyball? Nurkic with the spike.
Here's Turner, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one. Lillard against Wall. Beal with a screen for Wall. On the wing, Porter knocks down the 3-ball. Porter's got 11 points.
He's having a night right now. Credit to the shooting touch, helping his team with the lead.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for McCullough.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Otto Porter. His last 10 games, averaging about 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Davis with a screen on Wall. And it's Lillard missing.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Here's Beal. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
And Turner kicks to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Clock at 6. Over Wall. Again, the miss by Lillard.
I mean, I don't know. Does he look a couple steps slow today? He needs to shake that off and get into the zone and get on the scoreboard.
A floater. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Well, he's given himself a chance. 6 shots he's gotten up this quarter, but only able to convert on 1 of them.
And one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, Damian Lillard, only needs a sliver of daylight, Greg, to get that baby off.
Yeah, I mean, he'll brush off the comparisons to Steph Curry, but he presents some of the same problems for the defense. Deep range, a quick release, and just one of the nastiest step-back jumpers in the game.
Now, he's great getting to the free throw line, but Lillard also typically does something with the opportunity. High percentage shooter.
Frazier outside. From the arc. Kept alive by Washington. Mahimi dishes to Frazier. Shoots over Lillard. And he overshot that one, missing. Trailblazers trail by 12. And Jody Meeks gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Shabazz Napier's checked in for Portland. On defense, Washington. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. We've got 1:28 left in the second quarter. That shot off the mark. Wizards leading by 12. Frazier left side. Outside, Scott. Pass to Meeks. Just 4 to shoot. And he banks in the layup. Meeks got 5 points now in the quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Harkless kicks to Connaughton. Now the pass to Napier. Shoots over Frazier. And the basket by Napier. Napier's got his first 2 points of the night.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Now here's Oubre, defended by Harkless. Oubre can't get it to go. Trailblazers trail by 12. 20 seconds left now here in the second. The Trailblazers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Frazier outside. There's the pick. Mahimi a screen. Frazier kicks to Meeks. Here's Oubre. And the layup is good. And the Wizards lead by 12.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
And so it's the Washington Wizards enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Bradley, great first half for you. Look, we know you come from a football-playing family. It looked like you wanted to establish control in a football-type way in the first half.
Oh, you have to. This is a physical game. You see the refs they call a lot of hard fouls, but sometimes they don't call them. So, I mean, you can't complain about it. You just have to just keep attacking. And these guys are big. I mean, this is the NBA, so you have to be physical and not complain and try to go strong every time you go to the basket.
Bradley, thanks for your time. We'll see you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Bradley Beal had it going on in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 3 assists, and 1 block. And taking a look at the Wizards, Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. You got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Portland.
I look at the lack of free throw attempts as a key indicator. Because the funny thing about getting to the charity stripe, You have to earn it. You have to put your body in harm's way and be physically willing to take the hit. Right now, one team's playing aggressively and the other team isn't. That's the big difference in the score.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Welcome back. Downtown Portland looking spectacular tonight from the air. Such a scenic location here in Oregon. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, on the cut, off the dribble, he is a factor, and we saw that in the first half.
Coaches talk about having slashers on the team, and this is what they do. They get into the heart of the defense. They force difficult rotations. He's been tough to contain.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. A great scoring pair of wings. Beal the 2, Porter the 3. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Wall in at the point guard position. Beal drives in, gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Lillard. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And it's the little things that Marcin Gortat is so good at that helps you at that center position. His awareness of space, strong in the pick and roll, and also a solid finisher at the rim.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw good, Damian Lillard. And with Gortat, it's those little things like setting timely screens or Greg moving to open up room for others that make him so valuable.
Kevin, he is deadly in the pick and roll. One of the best screeners in terms of his effectiveness to create space. And usually he's near the top of the league in terms of baskets that are created off of his screens.
No free throws good from Lillard. And Washington has possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. And that game will be game 3 of 5 away from home. Porter passes to Gortat. Sinks that one from the post. And the Wizards lead by 14. And for Portland, they're shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Lillard against Wall. McCollum left side. Shoots over Beal. McCollum no good.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Fellas, Al-Farouq Aminu has established himself as a great defensive player, and he wants that recognition. He said, my goal every year is to be Defensive Player of the Year. I want to guard 1 through 4 and even 5 sometimes. I want it to be known that I'm a great defender, and I want the league to recognize that. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Aminu continues to prove his worth on the defensive end. His length and quickness certainly hard to deal with. That free throw good from Turner. And Evan Turner, Brent, signed that big deal in the summer of 2016, that 4-year, $70 million deal with Portland. Do you think they're getting their money's worth?
I think the idea is to have a secondary ball handler out there, a guy that they can post up a little bit and still make plays. So the adjustment, not just Evan Turner in the new system, the guys that he plays with have to adjust also to his skill set. We'll see as the years go on how much Evan Turner helps improve what Portland's trying to do offensively.
Beal against McCollum. Screen by Nurkic. Turner dishes to Lillard. Clock at 6. Launches a 3. Washington with the rebound. Morris has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Well, if they had an edge at halftime, they might have lost it, beginning this half 1 of 5.
And Turner kicks to McCollum. And that one drops. McCollum's got 9.
That's an unselfish play. Evan Turner with eyes up and delivers.
Lillard against Wall. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Gortat, and he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 6.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end. Terry Stotts, one of the better coaches in this league, but he really does a great job of making sure that it's always about his players and never about him. One thing Portland has working in its favor is that they've dug in with Terry Stotts as their coach. They have that kind of continuity, and he allows these players to shine up here in the Pacific Northwest. That's when the sun comes out.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Lillard against Wall. McCollum passes to Nurkic. Over Gortat. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Nurkic. You talk about Terry Stotts empowering the players. He respects their independence, Brent, even as he's calling shots. He doesn't put himself above the team.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Terry Stotts has done a great job of establishing great relationships with his star players, his younger players. And the fact that they've been together, I think there's just a greater understanding of what he expects from them, the type of respect that they give him back, and it ends up working out very well for the Blazers.
Lillard against Wall. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Lillard just plays with a flat-out edge. Dangerous as a player who knows how to draw contact inside.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And he knocks down the first one.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. Such an adjustment for young players drafted into the NBA, managing money, being accountable to your teammates, to the many things that tug and pull on you. Brent, can the league do anything more to help them through this sometimes uncomfortable process?
I think the league does a great job, Kevin, of addressing these things, not only the NBA, but certainly the Players Association in terms of educating the players. To me, Kevin, as an ex-player, though, the biggest responsibility falls on the veteran players of that team to take a young player under their wing, to watch what it is that they're doing socially, and to make sure that they set them up for success off the court. Good decision to kick the ball out as the defense collapsed.
Trailblazers trail by 13. Now McCollum. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Well, C.J. McCollum could teach a class on how to get in one opportunities.
And C.J. McCollum, the league's most improved player in 2016, won it easily.
I like the quiet confidence of C.J. McCollum, who just was waiting for the minutes. I think he felt like he was capable of doing these things. He just needed the time. And with the time he got, he took full advantage of it. One of the best scorers now in the NBA.
One shot, find the lanes.
Free throw good. McCollum.
And a little strange for such an exceptional outside shooter. McCollum has been just okay at the free throw line in his young career. That will improve.
Porter dishes to Beal. To the paint. Here's Morris. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Morris has got 6 points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
McCollum outside. Kicks it to Lillard. Screen by Nurkic. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Wall passes to Morris. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line.
One shot.
It goes on Ed Davis.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
One shot.
Trailblazers trail by 15. It's McCollum on the wing. Shoots over Beal with the tip. Great positioning on the putback. And that's now 10 points for Nurkic.
Don't talk much about the arc on a shot, but Nurkic did a great job hauling in that rebound and finishing the look over top.
There's a screen by Gortat. And Wall kicks to Porter. Rebound by Nurkic.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely. Well, this is a fresh start for the big guy, Jusuf Nurkic, here in Portland, where in Denver he was battling with the likes of Jokic, who ended up becoming one of the best centers last year in the NBA, even up there in the Rookie of the Year running. So a midseason trade has unleashed him, a new lease on life, and we'll see what he can provide for this Portland offense under Terry Stotts.
And the first one at the line is good. And Nurkic, the 16th pick in the 2014 draft. Denver had a logjam at that center position once Jokic emerged as their star player.
Now to give Neil O'Shea some credit, recognizing that in Denver, between Nurkic and Jokic, they could get one of those big guys, and because of their logjam, O'Shea was able to pluck away Nurkic, who was unhappy with his playing time. Portland could make a nice home for him.
Feeds it to Oubre. On the wing, Scott. Here's Frazier. The Wizards with another miss. Trailblazers trail by 11. Here's Napier. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Nurkic. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And Beal kicks to Oubre. Frazier outside. Shoots from the baseline. The shot will not fall. And it's Portland the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. And the basket by Napier. Washington leading now by 9. Frazier outside. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And so far this season, it's been average at best at the line. Only 71% as a shooter.
Swanigan, he's checked in for Portland. Pat Connaughton comes in for McCollum. Free throw no good for Frazier. And for Mo Harkless, Greg, a one and done as we know out of St. John's, then first played in the NBA with Orlando, but he has found a role, it seems, with the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and think of it, the Magic basically gave him away. Felt he wasn't aggressive enough and not a good enough shooter. He's gained confidence here in Portland and parlayed that into a long-term contract.
Well, important to get great balance if you get bumped on your way to the basket. Still something that every player tries to get comfortable with.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. It's on Kelly Oubre. No good on that one. He hits the second from the line. And here's Frazier. He's got 8. The dish to Scott. Over to the left wing. Here's Oubre. And Harkless pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 10. Here's Napier. Rebound by Mahinmi. The Wizards shooting it beautiful here in the third. 56% from the field. And finished off by Oubre.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Portland's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Pass to Napier. He feeds it to Collins. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 5. Here's Napier. Drills the baseline jumper. Napier's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be. And you could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession.
Harkless dishes to Napier. Here's Swanigan. And the layup's good off the glass. Swanigan's got his second bucket of the night.
That's just smart basketball. Ideally, you love for all of your shots to come from that spot.
Dishes it to Meeks. He kicks it to Frazier. On the wing, Scott. Here's Mahinmi. Got a piece of it. Here's Napier. He has 6. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for Portland.
Well, you have to think that he is going to look to go to the rim a little more often going forward because the 3 ball just hasn't been there. Sometimes it seems he's not getting his feet set or rushing his shooting motion, but either way, it just ain't falling.
And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe. Wizards leading by 9. Frazier kicks to Mahinmi. The kick out to Scott. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Passes it to Collins. There's a good screen. Here's Napier. Frazier covering. They get it back. Collins, good. Collins has got his second basket of the game.
defensively. You cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Meeks on the wing. Outside, Scott. The Wizards working the ball around now. Oubre kicks to Scott. The kick out to Frazier. He tries for three, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second three of the game.
Here's Napier. He's got 6. Three-pointer. Rebound, Washington. Mahinmi passes to Meeks. To the inside. The kick out to Scott. And finished off by Scott.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Trailblazers trail by 15. Here's Napier. Pass to Connaughton. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Connaughton's got 9 points.
And a terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
It's Scott on the wing. He dishes it to Meeks. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
2 shots.
That's good for Meeks. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 30 seconds left in the third. Napier kicks to Connaughton. Harkless on the wing. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Frazier with it. 11 points in the game. Mahinmi a screen. Frazier kicks to Scott. There's a screen. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Washington out in front. They lead by 13. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
Just make simple passes. We got caught trying to make a great pass out of the simple pass.
Great communicator. Terry Stotts always teaching and developing his guys.
And he likes that they're playing unselfishly, that they're willing to pass, but take some mustard off the hot dog.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Swanigan is out there with Collins. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
That always energizes your teammates. They feel your imagination, get motivated, and helps you extend your lead as well.
The tray sinks the three-pointer.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Right side Wall. Here's Mahinmi. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got his 7th assist here tonight. Here's Napier. They set the pick. Here's Harkless. Washington with the rebound. Morris has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Outside Wall. On the wing, Porter. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Then for the Wizards, Gortat's checked in for Mahinmi, and Bradley Beal subbed in for Jody Meeks.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good. Porter. Here's Lillard. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game, and they need to avoid that.
Davis sets a screen. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Shoots over Gortat. That's short off the rim. For Washington, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. The offensive rebound. Beal dishes to Gortat. And it's Gortat finishing it off.
He is a big guy, and Gortat doesn't play the finesse game. This is a guy who's all about strength. Forget about laying it up there. He's going to take the power approach.
The feed to Turner. The pass to McCollum. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. The drive by Beal. Porter with it. Picked up by Turner. Beal from long range. Beal with another miss.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
Davis, the pass to Lillard. From outside the arc. Rebound, Washington. Beal's got 5 rebounds tonight. He gets that one.
Awesome concentration by Nurkic there to take his time in the post and make the shot look easy.
There's a screen by Gortat. And Wall kicks to Porter. Beal dishes to Gortat. Wizards passing it around. Here's Wall. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Wall's got 4 points this quarter.
And Wall, just a talented offensive player, someone who lights up the shot chart from just about every area.
McCollum passes to Lillard. Kicks it to Davis. Screen by Nurkic. 6 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Morris. And here we go. Washington fast break. Beal's running. Porter trying to free himself up. Beal can't get it to go. Trailblazers trail by 18 from 18 feet away. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Feeds it to Gortat. Outside, Wall. The dish to Beal. That's tipped. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Lillard with the ball. Wall with a block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. It's McCollum on the wing, covered by Morris. And it's McCollum off the drive. And McCollum with the slam.
Well, this is where that sweet handle of McCollum's comes into play. When he goes on the dribble drive, very few defenders can get in good position to slow him down.
And Wall kicks to Morris. Here's Porter, who scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
There's Beal with the 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 16th rebound on the night. And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Lillard. Outside, Davis. Screen by Nurkic. Lillard outside. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Davis. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Getting much more comfortable finishing in traffic. Davis converts the high percentage look inside.
Now Beal. And here is Gortat. Morris kicks to Gortat. No good that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Porter against Turner. He feeds it to Lillard. He kicks to Davis. Dishes to Nurkic. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Beal gets a wide open look. Nailed from three-point land. Beal's got 21 in the game.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And the leadership that Evan Turner offers up can be a huge bonus. This is a guy who continues to accept and play well within his role.
And he makes the first. All 3 throws good from Turner. Wizards leading by 12. Wall dishes to Porter. Looking for Wall. He gets it there. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And so Wall nails both of them. Trailblazers trail by 14. Screen by Nurkic. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession. Washington leading now by 14. Porter passes to Wall. Morris a screen. Back to Porter. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
And Beal kicks to Wall.
Good defensive effort from Lillard there. He has the athleticism to play lockdown deep.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
It's Davis with the drive. It's not going to go for him. Great D that time from Beal. Wall dishes to Gortat. Shoots. And another miss by Washington. Trailblazers trail by 14. Turner passes to McCollum. Pass to Lillard. Over Wall. Lillard misses. Washington has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. And Wall. Here we go now.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2. Shooting 2.
And that one falls for John Wall. He's off on the second. Trailblazers trail by 15, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic.
Yeah, that's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
Here is Wall. Porter in the corner. Great D that time from Nurkic. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Hands it from downtown. Lillard's got 10 points in just the second half. And Wall kicks to Porter. Back to Wall. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
1 shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
Portland with the ball. Lillard with it. Now a timeout called by Portland.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Bradley Beal.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots, and also finishing strong.
They had not been playing very good basketball coming into this game. And that's when a team needs its star players to step up and stop the bleeding, just like he did tonight. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And the basket by McCollum.
Well, defenses gear up to stop McCollum from the three-point line, but he can get around you into mid-range and settle in from there.
Morris dishes the wall. Here's Gortat. And Gortat with the stuff.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. McCollum against Beal. Takes the 13-footer. Here's Davis. Gortat with the defensive effort.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Portland called for the foul.
2 shots. Foul. 2. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And he makes both free throws. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Takes a 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight.
Just one of those unbelievable nights from Lillard, although I'm starting to believe loves to put the team on his back offensively.
Here's Morris, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Wizards lead by 16. Portland's gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Wizards.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for John Wall.
I really liked the ball movement all night long. He was excellent at setting the table for his guys. Table for 4.
Right, you take a look at Nurkic, young and full of potential. He's still learning how to make the most of his abilities.
Yeah, the Bosnian Bear, Nurkic, had some tough times in Denver as Jokic started to emerge, and there was talk about him sulking and pouting just a little bit. Still a young player, but the opportunity now in Portland with established stars in Lillard and a rising one in McCollum could be exactly the type of recipe for success that he was looking for.
Here's Washington. Deflects the pass. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. And Portland making a change here. Collins is checked in. Here is Frazier. Here's Scott. Releases from the wing and drills it.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
Tonight they have stuck with what they do well, handling all the exterior pressure, and they're likely to come out on top here.
Here's Collins, and he lays it straight in.
This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound.
Now here's Frazier. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks. With John Wall. John, it sure looks like the chemistry is coming together. What is the bond like with your teammates?
We enjoy playing with each other. We have great chemistry. We all work hard, and we know how much we mean to each other, how much we work every day, and we just try to keep getting better each game.
Well, the work is paying off, John. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. See you next time.